And what you're looking at the 1993 Philadelphia Phillies. We are going to replay the 1993 World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Thought it might be a fun thing to stream and edit down into the YouTube channel as well. Just a quick series. Who knows? It could be 4 games, could be 7 games. You never know with this. It could be 1 stream, it could be 2 streams, depending on how the series goes and how long I ramble at the beginning. But yeah, here we go. You are looking at the Phillies roster from 1993. This World Series, if you don't remember, many of you probably don't remember this one. It's been a little while. But the Phillies took on the Blue Jays from the Phillies' point of view as a Phillies fan. Someone who followed this season from afar, but I did follow this season. This was a team that was put together that was not exactly expected to necessarily succeed all the time. There was a lot of cast-offs, a lot of characters on this team. This team liked to have a good time, definitely liked to party, but it was also a very good baseball team in the end, and a team with a lot of leadership. Players like Darren Daulton, who statistically you look at Darren Daulton and you might not be that impressed. Pure statistics, especially if you look at him compared to players today. But a strong catcher, left-handed bat with some pop, and man, he was a leader. A lot of injuries in his career that cut it short, but a true leader in the clubhouse, kept this gang of misfits, for lack of a better term, in line, and got him a National League championship. They did fall short to the Toronto Blue Jays. The very famous, one of the most famous World Series moments, at least for me. Some people might say in World Series history, a huge moment where Mitch Williams gives up the home run to Joe Carter in Game 6. And that was it for the series. Hearts broken all over Philadelphia and people rejoicing in Toronto. Yeah, you look at some of these names from the Toronto Blue Jays in 1993. John Olerud, Paul Molitor, Robbie Alomar, Ricky Henderson, Tony Fernandez. What a team. What a team. Joe Carter, we can't forget him, of course. All right, so here we go. Kevin Stocker leading things off against Guzman. The 0-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to first base. He's a quick out. And the 1993 World Series is underway. Jim Eisenreich, the right fielder. 1-1 pitch. Line drive back up the middle. The man affectionately known as Dahmer to the rest of his Phillies teammates has the first hit of the series. Brings up Lenny Dykstra. Nails, as he was known. Gets the 3-2 pitch, hits that ball high in the air, deep to right center field. The Phillies are leading Game 1, 2-0. So Lenny Dykstra came over from the Mets to the Phillies, and he got a little bigger in the offseason. We'll just put it that way. And yeah, this was part of that era. And Lenny, as I said, a controversial guy, a guy that played the game hard, maybe cut some corners. Incavia up to the plate. He lines one into left field for a base hit. All right, Darren Daulton, the man we talked about in the open, Phillies catcher, hands down leader of the club. He's going to line out to left field, and that's your second out. So Inky with a little speed at first. I didn't think of him as somebody that could run. Here's John Kruk. Probably should have hit Kruk third. Maybe put Lenny at the top of the lineup, but we'll see. There we go. There's a fly ball hit high and deep to right field, going back. And that is out of here. Second home run of the inning. The Phillies have shown up here in game one. Now Dave Hollins, the third baseman, switch hitting third baseman. 2-0 pitch to him. Good little line drive. Phillies on fire here in the first. Ground ball, slow roller Duncan, the shortstop. He's going to have an infield single. Didn't even get a chance to introduce Mariano Duncan. Really, really solid contact player. I believe he moved around the infield quite a bit for the Phillies. Remember, he's DHing today. He played second base. I think he can play some shortstop. Mickey Morandini, the second baseman. Fan favorite, still with the organization. 3-0 pitch to him. He'll take a walk. To bring the top of the lineup back up, Stalker at the plate. 2 outs, bases loaded, 4 in. 3-1 pitch. Misses away. It's 5-0. Walks in a run. Now Jim Eisenreich steps in. He singled his first time up. Did .318 in the regular season. Line drive in the right field. That's going to get down. 1 run's going to come in. Maybe another. Comes the throw. Not in time. Seven nothing in the first inning. All right, so Eisenreich on first, Stalker on second, Lenny Dykstra back up. The Phillies have batted around here in the first. Here's the 0-1. Mike Timlin into the ball game now. Line drive back to the pitcher, and they're finally out of the first. Phillies take a 7-0 lead. Tommy Green on the hill. 16-4 with a 3.42 ERA. Man, I forgot how good he was in 1993. And here's your 1-2 pitch to Ricky Henderson. Flare into right field. On comes Jimmy Eisenreich, makes the catch as 1 away. Roberto Alomar, second baseman. 326, 17 home runs. A little more pop than I remember from that bat. Ground ball back to Tommy Green. He'll throw him out. That's 2 away. And John Olerud, the first baseman. How good was this guy? 363, a 473 on-base percentage. 24 home runs. 3-2 pitch from Tommy Green. Ground ball past the first baseman into right field. And that's a 1-out single. Paul Molitor to the plate. It's like, how many Hall of Famers can you put in one 8-man lineup? 3-2 pitch, fly ball into right. Eisenreich is there. The Phillies are through the first. 7-0. Mike Timlin came in relief to get the third out in the first inning. He stays in the game. He'll face Pete Incavilla as 1-for-1. Inky hits a slow roller to third, and he'll be thrown out. And now Darren Daulton to the plate. Daulton 0-for-1. Now there you see just .257 of batting average, but a .392 on base percentage. Seem to remember them hitting him second at times too. A fly ball in the center. Should be, and is caught. And that'll bring Kruk to the plate. 1-for-1. He homered. 2-run home run in the first inning. 3-0 pitch to him. And he will take a walk down the first. Bring Hollins to the plate, 1-for-1. 2-2 pitch from Timlin. Gets Hollins a swing and miss. So we're going to the bottom of the second. 7-0 Phillies. Jump out early. All right, Tommy Green back on the mound. You look around this defense. As we said, this team was a little different. They like to party, have a good time, but you could see they played good defense. Actually, a fairly fundamentally sound team, which kind of surprises you when you hear the stories. All right, Fernandez on first. He can run. Joe Carter at the plate. Carter hits a little pop-up behind second base. Stocker is back there. Oh, sorry, Morandini back there, makes the catch. And it'll bring Devin White, 273, 15 home runs in the regular season. Pitch to him is popped up. Now Stocker will call this one. And that is out number 2. All right, Ed Sprague, the third baseman. 260, 12 home runs on the regular season. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball shortstop. Stocker's got it. He'll flip the second. And that is it for the second inning. Mariano Duncan will lead things off. DH. Now this is 1993, so when we go back to the National League Park, when we go back to Philly, there won't be a DH. So today, Duncan in the DH spot. He is 1-for-1. Back up the middle, base hit for Duncan. I think on paper, if you're looking at the two teams of the starting 8, you'd have to give Toronto the advantage. There's a lot of Hall of Famers on that Toronto lineup, but I don't know if it's as far as you'd think here. There's a line drive by Morandini into right field. Base runner going to take third. Here comes the throw, not in time. So Duncan makes it into third. Runners in the corners, nobody out. Stocker to the plate, the 1-2 pitch. Off his fist, ground ball shortstop to go to second, go to first, double play. Run does come across, though. 8-0. Jimmy Eisenreich will step in. 3-2 pitch. He'll take a walk down the first. And to bring Dykstra back up to the plate. He's 1-for-2. He homered. 2-run home run. 3-2 pitch. Little pop up in the infield. Second baseman Alomar comes in. He's got it. 3 in the books. Or no, 2.5 in the books, excuse me. 8-0. Tommy Green will face Pat Borders. 2-1 pitch, line drive into center field. That's hit well. Not going to be caught. Pat Borders gets Toronto on the board. We'll bring up the top of the lineup again. Ricky Henderson leading things off. 3-2 pitch to him. Hard ground ball. Hollins up with it. He'll fire across to Kruk. That's 1 away. Robbie Alomar 0-for-1. Hits it on the ground. Kruk take it by himself to first base. It's out number 2. John Olerud will step in. 1-for-1. Just hits that in front of the plate. Daulton on it quickly. He'll fire down the first. He's got him. Toronto gets the home run. Pat Borders puts them on the board. It's 8-1 as we go to the fourth. We'll get Ben Rivera gone in case we need a fresh arm with an 8-run lead. All right, so Ricky on first. Ricky can still fly. Robbie Alomar at the plate. I'd be more worried about him with 2 outs. Line drive. Hollins is there. Inning is over. So Ben Rivera, 5.02 earned run average in the regular season. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fernandez hits it down there. Kruk, nice grab. Has it at first, fires the second. Double play. What a great play by Kruk. Don't let him fool you. He could play this game. Jimmy Eisenreich, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Will step in. Morandini on second, 1 out, 1-0 pitch. Hits that ball dead center field. White going back. He's not going to get it. 2-run homer for Jimmy Eisenreich makes it 11-1. Wow. Roger Mason will check in. 4.89 ERA in 1993. And Mason needs to get 2 outs. Fly ball into left. That should be caught. Quick throw home. I don't know where it went, but Incavia came in hard on that one. All right, so Tony Fernandez now 2 outs in the 9th. Mason trying to close the door. 1-2 pitch ground ball. Up with it. Morandini throws the first. Game 1 in the books. The Phillies celebrating in Toronto. 11-3, a huge win in game 1. And let's take a look at this box score. $11 runs on 16 hits. 9 walks in the ballgame for the Phillies. So a lot of base runners. 3 runs on 10 hits for Toronto. Jimmy Eisenreich ended up 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Mickey Morandini had 3 hits. Kruk had 3 hits. Almost missed that. And multi-hit games for Ricky Henderson, John Olerud, and Pat Borders. Guzman couldn't get out of the first inning. Takes the loss. 2/3 of an inning pitched. 7 hits, 7 earned runs. Bullpen didn't fare much better. Dave Stewart walks 4 batters, gives up 2 runs. Tommy Green gets the win. 5 1/3, 107 pitches, just a 1 earned run allowed. Ben Rivera gives up 2 runs. Thigpen, good in the 8th, couldn't get the 9th. Mason comes on and finishes the game off. Jimmy Eisenreich is your player of the game.